Take that back.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started. Valerie's got science class for us, so that should be pretty fun. We're excited. So I'm going to make Valarie the spotlight here and let her get going.
Hey guys, okay, so today what I have is this, it's a science experiment I looked at. You guys can find it on, sorry about the phone ringing. You guys can find it on Six Science, or also they have it on My Kid Adventures. There's a little bit of a more simple project. What this is, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be layering liquids, okay? So if you guys can see the colors. I don't have like the best setup here, but I'm gonna do my best so you guys can see everything really good, really well, okay? So we're layering liquids, and basically this science experiment is based on density. And I'm not gonna get too technical about it because the goal here is to actually layer these liquids. There are 7 liquids. The goal is to layer the liquids without them like running into each other. So I have 7 here. They actually have people that do like 12, but today we're gonna try 7. So hopefully it doesn't flop, and it's pretty fun. Density, basically, just to explain a little bit about that, is that's from what I read or whatever, it's how much mass is contained like in one container, I guess. And the mass is a measure of just like how much stuff you could stick in there. Basically, you know, that is a little bit technical, but we're gonna do this with liquids. So hopefully we can get all these liquids in this container here, okay, without them going through each other. And they're all different types of liquids. So I have honey, okay, if you guys can see this. I kind of colored them so they'll look pretty cool when we pour them in, okay? And I also have corn syrup, okay? We have Blue Dawn dish soap. Okay, we've got water, which I've decided to color purple. It's a little bit dark, but we have corn oil. We have rubbing alcohol. I colored it green, so you know. And then we have, they said to use lamp oil or body oil. I tried to color this, but you can't food color oil. So anyway, it's a really light pink color. You guys probably can't see that well, but it looks pretty clear. So we're gonna go ahead and start layering these in, and we have to just kind of let them settle in between each layer. So I'm gonna start with the honey, and from what they say, when you're pouring this in, you wanna kind of just try to go down the middle of the glass and not really get anything on the sides of the glass here. So the liquids can settle on top of each other. So are you ready? You guys ready? Can we do this? Let's do this. Okay, so here we go. I'm pouring the honey first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this in. I did kind of color the honey. I put a little bit of an orange color to give it more of a deeper color. So just pour all that in there and pour it all in there. So we'll kind of let that settle. And this does have to go in an order. So that's why I kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see I wrote on them, but we're gonna do the honey first. So the honey is number 1, okay? We're gonna kind of let that sit for a little bit. The second one that we're gonna do is the corn oil, okay? And I just colored it. It's light corn syrup. Sorry, corn syrup, not corn oil, it's corn syrup. It's like Caro syrup or whatever. I could show you guys like what I used. So I used this. It's a Caro syrup. Okay. And I just colored it. So it could be more of a, we can see where it separates. All right. So here we go. I'm going to try this, see what happens. Kind of flopping here, but what's supposed to happen is they're supposed to separate from each other. So hopefully we're going to be successful. That's the goal here. You guys can see it kind of did mix a little bit. So man, okay. Now we're going to try the Blue Dawn dish soap. So
So do you guys
There we
think this one,
go.
do you think this one will mix or do you think it will stay separate, guys? Anybody?
Okay, everybody?
Let's see. I think it'll stay separate.
I hope so. It's kind of, and you can kind of see how like the liquids are settling. It's kind of like lifting up to the top, which is pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see in my camera. It's a little dark, but you can see on this side if I turn around. Maybe it's kind of starting to separate a little bit. So wish us luck, guys. Wish us luck.
Separate.
Here.
Look. Look, there's a purple.
A little bit blue there.
Rather than a mix of blue.
Oh, the blue staying separate.
Yeah, that's cool.
That.
Okay.
Right.
See, that's what happens there.
You guys can see. Let's see.
Very cool.
Can you see
Nice.
that there? Okay. All right. So that was the blue Dawn dish soap. So now it calls for the water. And so with the water, what we're going to do is we're going to use a food baster, okay, turkey baster or whatever, to put the water in. It's just that the way that the guidelines go as far as pouring the stuff in there, there's a certain way to kind of get it so that it stays separate. So let's see how successful we are with the water, guys. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, grow.
Let's see. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. Let's see.
Bubbling.
Bubbly.
You can kind of. Oh, I think it is kind of
Grow.
saturated.
Oh.
What do you guys think? I think it's
Cool.
working. Kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the separate.
Looks
About like half the part there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
I
But
like
you,
that blue. I guess that green.
looks like the water's.
Nice.
Let's say red, blue, and green.
I probably should have did the water different colors so the separation you guys can tell like the separation of the water and the blue Dawn dish soap. But I can see it. You know, looks. My camera is just not well right now. It just doesn't give a good shot. But I can see it is kind of separating. I'll do it a little bit higher so you guys can see there's more water. So see.
Yeah, you can see a difference between the blue and the purple.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw blue. I said green.
Yeah. Okay.
I see blue.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, so next we're gonna do the, it's corn oil. And I didn't dye that or anything, I just left that the same color, the color that it is. And this, we need to pour it in. So I believe the oil is just gonna go ahead and separate. So let's see what we can do.
Rose.
Nice.
I see a little bit of yellow there.
Yeah, yellow. I saw red. I saw blue. I saw yellow.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we're gonna have to let it for a little bit. So they say to let it settle. So let's see what happens.
It's cool that it doesn't mix together.
No, it's like it is actually layering, guys. So we're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Try green.
I thought this would be pretty cool. So we'll see. So like I said, some people layer like 12 layers. I'm like, I'm gonna start with 7 and see how good we do.
Now try green. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna do the green. Let's let it settle a little bit more, but I'll put it up so you guys can see. Like,
Yeah, I know. See. Yeah.
You see it?
Cool.
I like it.
Yeah, you see it looks a little bit like this there.
Yeah.
yeah, a little fizzy. Like the yellow's a little fizzy. It's not the prettiest color, but as far as color, I couldn't color the oil. So, all right. So next is
Green. Yes.
Alcohol. So the alcohol.
Alcohol.
And remember, guys, that while we're doing this and layering the colors, they're still settling. So in the end, they're supposed to like separate really nicely and layer on top of each other. So we'll see what we get. So with the oil, with the alcohol, cause to use the turkey bacon, just like I did with the water, because it's a thinner consistency. The alcohol is pretty thin, rubbing alcohol. And they didn't specify like the percentage. I'm just using 91% alcohol, 91%, because that's what we have. So let's see how this is gonna work.
Yeah, kind of work.
Let's see.
Ah, like a green.
Yep, like a greenish yellow. I bought some like fluorescent color food coloring, so I'll show you guys after like what I use. So you guys can
Stuff there.
color it. You want to try. Well, that's separating pretty nicely.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
Sort of like a fluorescent green color. So I feel
Kind of like a
more.
rainbow in a jar.
Oh, rainbow.
And you can do whatever colors you want, guys. Like I just picked these colors. I probably should have picked something a little bit more separate color here with the water and the dish soap, but still looks pretty cool.
Cool.
Pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna let that settle. So you guys see, it's not really like bleeding in, not too bad. The oil and the alcohol are kind of floppy, but
It looks like a dessert.
I like dessert.
like Jello.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest eating it though, Valerie, just in case you get.
No. No, we're dealing with chemicals and stuff here, guys. We cannot.
Yeah, don't eat it.
Yep, don't eat it. You guys will get very sick. Do not eat. This is a
Ew.
different kind of project.
Otherwise, you get so sick.
Class. All right, so the very last one is the lamp oil.
What's that? Water?
This isn't water. This is like a lamp oil or a body oil. It's an oil.
It was kind of like for your white there.
Yeah. So it's thinner than cooking oil and stuff, because of course it's for your body. They say lamp oil or body oil. It's kind of the same. So we are going to try this, and they say to use the baster to do this. So let's see what we got, and then we'll see if we did it. Okay. See if hopefully it's not a flop. We're doing okay so far.
Too bad you can't use it for like a
Hi, Adriana.
or something.
What was that?
Too bad you can't use it like for a candle or something,
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would make a really pretty candle.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do a
Like
crafting
a
and
floating candle, maybe a floating candle. No, it's
that
flammable.
would, yeah, it'd be really flammable because of the alcohol. We have to be careful. So this,
No, bad idea.
if you guys can,
Figure out where you can use it again.
yeah, I know, right? So this oil is actually not doing good. It's not floating too much. It's actually bubbling up and it's going right through the alcohol, but it's separating in between the alcohol and the oil, the corn oil. You guys look at it. Can you see that? It's kind of a flop, guys. So that's why we call it an experiment. So
I guess without the alcohol, maybe you could use it.
yeah, the alcohol is probably like it's probably breaking down this oil. That's why it's going underneath it. But it is separated and sitting on top of the corn oil here.
Yeah.
So well.
Interesting.
Yeah, the bottom is doing very well.
Yeah, so what it did is it actually lifted the alcohol. So cool, but it did separate between the. It's separated between the.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Oh, I like a green.
Yeah, the bottom is
Yeah.
staying.
Yeah, like a Eva or
Let me
something.
say, so,
Yeah.
I think we got 6 out of 7, guys. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think we accomplished what the goal was.
A lot of colors there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Good job, Valarie.
Yeah, that was great.
That's up, Valarie.
And I mean that, and I should have probably like maybe got a second one I was gonna do, but I thought this was gonna take up pretty much our time, so I just I wanted to go kind of slowly so you guys could follow. But yeah, so I'll go over what I use. If you guys want to use it, try this at your house, try this on your own. I'll go over again what I use. So remember, guys, it's honey. Okay. Honey, light corn syrup. Okay. I use the
Blue syrup.
Blue Dawn. So I use this. Blue Dawn. Okay. This is the corn syrup. I don't have the little honey jar anymore. I kind of toss it out, but any honey is good. It didn't specify. So corn syrup, Blue Dawn. And then I use, of course, we use water. Okay, so I just use bottled water. And it wasn't cold. It was just like, it was just room temperature. And then I use alcohol.
Alcohol.
It's kind of hard to get right now because of, you know, the whole COVID thing and stuff, but I kind of stocked up, so.
Well, sanitized. It's been sanitized.
Man, sanitize, wash your hands.
That's right, guys. Yeah, remember to sanitize. I used corn oil, Mazola corn oil. Okay.
How do you dispose of the project after you're done?
Yeah, and these are all household products. I mean, we have them all in our kitchen.
What's that here?
This is the very last one. This was the oil I used. It was just body oil. Like,
So, I mean, what do? You just pour it down the toilet after you're done? Or?
I don't know where I'm gonna pour this. I'll probably just I don't know. That's a good idea. You know what? That would have been a good something to look up to find out. But
or maybe you could put it in a seal bag and then
yeah, something like that, because it's got all those chemicals in it, and the alcohol is flammable, so we have to be really careful with that, guys.
Yeah. Seal it up and then toss it in the trash, not down the
Yeah,
drain.
that's a good idea. Thank you for that tip. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, guys. So that's pretty much my project, but they're pretty
Tell me about the drain up.
still.
So can you guys, what can we say to Valarie this morning?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Valarie.
Thank you for this project.
I really enjoyed it, guys. I think it worked out pretty good, so I'm glad it wasn't a flop, and hopefully, you know, you'll join at 2 o'clock.
It was interesting.
It was nice hanging out.
Good
Yes.
job, Valarie.